It's not up there. Crap. Let's see. I didn't even go where I wanted it to go. To go up there. Let me see. Can you edit that? Okay. Nope. I can't change it up there. I guess I have to figure that out later. Oh my glasses. I can't even see nothing without no what did I do? What did I do with them? Okay, so what was that? What can I do with? What is that? Get that book. That's what it said. Come on in here and join me with that book.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all.
I don't know.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all these black men just watch and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me fucking grabbed a rock and it hit me in my fucking face and I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking.
So, get up today and scrolling on Facebook and I see this story where this young lady here said that she said no to somebody, a random guy. I'm assuming. I wasn't there. I'm just going to go off what's reported. I wasn't there. Let me state that. I wasn't there. I don't know her. I don't know anything about these. But she said that she was assaulted by a man because she turned down his request for her telephone number. This isn't the first time we've heard this. This isn't the first time it's been a story like this. And as a woman and as a mother, this concerns me greatly. Because if we can't say no, and we can't say yes, and we can't just ignore, like, who's raising these cowards? Like, who's raising them? And calling cowards is actually saying it nicely, because nowhere would a real man be so sensitive that he will let his ego make him look around, grab a brick, and hit a female, a woman, in the face because she said no. So we know he's not a man. I don't know what species that could be where you would be so sensitive, but this isn't the first time that a one of y'all's has gotten upset, gotten his ego bruised, or acted more sensitive. Like, it's a joke for us to say that men are acting more sassier than women, like y'all hormones and things are really raging. It's cute and it's a joke, but it's serious, because How did you become that sensitive? Who hurt you that bad that if a no would make you so angry that you would want to hit somebody with the brick? I am embarrassed to say I have been that upset where I would have liked to hit somebody. But talking, well, my generation was raised a little bit on, you can say what you want to say long as you don't put your hands on. You don't put your hands on me, then you cool. So the talking, that don't really bother us. You know, you can say what you want. We pretty tough, you know. And they used to tell us words don't hurt, which we figured out was a lie. However, it made us a little bit tougher. It made us weaker, but it made us tougher too. So words doesn't affect us that way. It seems to be just a select few of the defects like this that is messing it up for the whole male species altogether. I'm at a dispensary, and one of the most important things I took away from the job, one of my customers said her doctor told her that depression is when you look on the past and you think and you harp on the past. Anxiety is when you think ahead and you think in the future, what could happen and things like that. I started a series this year, and life started lifing. You know how it get. If you've been around here, you will hear me say, life be lifing. And if you don't understand what it means, then you probably not gonna get nothing out of this here live. So you probably could just find you somebody else. But seeing this first thing in the morning or any time of the day while you're scrolling, this, a woman hospitalized after being hit with a brick by what they said was a man because she refused to give him her number. Now, on my triggered series, I wish I could find it, and it's probably not too far. I defined triggered because it was a triggered series. And triggered means to not be present within the moment, where something triggers you back and it holds you hostage right there in a chokehold. Tuba be having me in the chokehold some days. I can't even get nothing done. So this can trigger us. And I think with the definition that I said earlier today about the analogy, depression and anxiety, this would cause both. Because here we have to worry about, oh my God, I just told dude no at the gas station and I just walked the fuck off. I was just like, no, I'm straight. And I walked off. Like there was no, I was cool. I assumed he was cool. I just, had went on my own way. So that would be like, oh my God, why did I do that? That would trigger depression, because now I'm thinking about all the times that this could have been me because I was just minding my own fucking business and I just said, no, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. Nope. And it's not a disrespectful thing. And I don't know what she said to him. Whatever it was, it did not warrant being hit in the face with a brick. And I'm just going off of what I've seen posted on several things. I even got an email where it was sent to my email. So even if I was not a nosy person and wasn't scrolling all day, the email gonna say, well, you might be checking email, so you're gonna get this anyway. Here you go. Here go you some trauma for your day. So not only did this trigger me to think back to the times that I said no and I walked away, or I was like, nah, I'm good, or I just didn't acknowledge you at all because I understood that my answer was going to be no. So I just didn't answer at all. So that triggered me and pulled me back into the past. But now, what the fuck do I say now? Like, what am I supposed to say? What is acceptable to say that won't bruise your little egos, where I can't say, No, I'm good. Or what kind of warning do these things have on them that say if you say no, reject me, decline, or you don't like me, I'm not your type, you may get hit with a brick? What kind of warning does those kind of cowards, pumps, and the other one that start with the P, what kind of warning labels do they come with? Because now here I am, got to be like, I could be hit with a brick for saying no. And then because he's seen this and he's probably not been handled by the real men in the community. And that's my problem, that there is a generation of fatherless boys that's going around doing things like this. Because if I'm not mistaken, we heard, it may have been last year, a story big like this where a girl said no, she wasn't. And then she was hit over the head with a bottle around the liquor store. Like, she said no, I'm cool, and she went on about her way. And there were other men standing around then too, and it was caught on camera. This right here, she went, this is a video. You can just Google woman hit in the face with a brick is what I did, and it's gonna pop up. She showed the men that stood around, and I get it. I understand y'all are afraid too. I get it. I wouldn't, like, women, because we understand we have to stand up for each other. We would probably be the ones that would come to her aid before another man would. But I get it though. I understand why men don't get involved, because, and they have a valid but not valid, but it's still kind of lame excuse for not interfering. Every man I've ever met, and I mean every single man I've ever met, has told a story about either being a part of the story, being told personally, or knowing somebody that it personally happened to, that they saw an incident, a domestic incident between a man and a woman, and they got involved, and the woman went back home to the man, and the guy ended up hurting or harming the man that got into it, and then she went back home and like nothing never happened. And so now men are like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's their problem. I ain't finna get in the middle of that. My very, very favorite movie, Poetic Justice. I love Poetic Justice. I love Tupac too, but that's a different story. When they were on their way in the mail truck, if you haven't seen Poetic Justice, this probably ain't the channel for you neither, and you probably don't want to watch this either, because this is a movie. Like, I watch movies, and everything I'm gonna relate to gonna go back to a movie. So if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen this, it's probably gonna confuse you, and you ain't gonna get it anyway. But understand this: they was going to the hair show in the mail truck. Tupac was with Janet, but they weren't really together, but they was feeling each other. And Isha and Joe Torre is his name. I can't think of what his name was in the movie right now. But anyway, Isha and Joe Torre, they get to tussling. And they don't argue the whole trip. They a toxic couple. Nobody want to go with them, be around them anyway. Isha drank too much, and he he got an ego problem. They some cheaters. They don't even need to be together anyway. But that's, that's the reason why. They arguing and tussling the whole trip. One time they get into a tussle, and Justice say to Lucky, "You ain't gonna do nothing?" And he was like, "Hell no, that's their problem." And he was right, because they would fight and get back together, and then, get back together and fight, and then do this, and she'll cheat, and they'll do all this and drink and get drunk and some more stuff. So Tupac, Lucky's character, was like, "No, I'm not getting into that. That's their problem." And he was right. But the one time he decided to put his hands on Justice, That's when Tupac was like, hey, she ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all need to handle that on your own. So he stood up for it then. I remember being in the same situation. I was a teen at the time that it happened. And the couple was tussling and doing some more things. And then the guy grabbed my door and he grabbed me. And at the point, I'm ready to fight. But I understand he's a guy, he angry, and I'm not who he really trying to fight. So the guy that I was with was like, hey, she ain't got nothing to do with that. Shut that door, go on about your business. And he shut the door, and they finished fighting, and we drove on, you know. In our neighborhood is more common than it is uncommon. So I see why the men around said, that's their problem, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But on the flip side, now you see why we choose to be licensed to carry. We choose to be able to protect ourselves because we understand that we can't depend on y'all to do it for us. We got to do it for ourselves. Ain't nobody coming to save us. We have to fight outside of the house. We have to fight inside of the house. Sometimes we have to fight at the job. We have to fight at the grocery store. We have to fight for our lives. And then we have to come home and then look into the faces of girls that's dealing with little boys like this and still try to tell them, if you sift through that trash, you're going to find you a good husband. And they looking at me and looking at you like, yeah, right. You see what? We can't even say no. We can't even mind our own business and be safe. And so where are the real men that's supposed to be teaching these little boys that ain't the way? Where are the men that's supposed to go and get the boys from the rec center and sit them down and teach them how to tie ties? The ones that ain't got real daddies that don't really care. The ones that need y'all. Where y'all at? Sitting up here, what they passport bros, y'all trying to be that. That ain't even getting the real women attention. We looking for the men that's at the community centers, that's volunteering at the ball fields, that's helping to put back in the community instead of tearing it up. We looking at the coaches. We looking at the men that are men. We ain't looking for y'all that's trying to be passport bros and taking pictures on yachts and all that. That don't impress real women. You understand what I'm saying? Real women impressed by men who would have took him and gave him a little street justice and then set him on the corner and let him lick his little wounds, and then the law come and handle that. That's the kind of real man. Like, it's not cute to be out here doing whatever you're doing and you leaving these kids without fathers, without uncles, because a lot of times we understand stuff don't work and daddies get taken away, daddies leave, mamas push daddies away, daddies push mama. We understand that there's a generation being raised by either a single mom or a single father or a grandmother. There's probably 3 generations, because I want to say that I heard Roxanne and Shantae say it started in the 80s, so 80s, 90s. So it's about 3 generations that are uncovered by a male figure in our houses, and as a result, we're raising or we're not raising. They're sliding through the cracks some kind of way. These little boys that are sassy and sensitive and can't be told no. They ego so fragile that he can't be told, nah, I'm good. So what have we learned? Y'all need to get these little boys together, because they're tearing up the community that you're supposed to be leaving a legacy behind in. You're supposed to be able to be the OG, go back to your neighborhood and shoot the ball with the little kids and give them a little wisdom and give them some little money and set them on a straight path. Where those at? Because it's a gap somewhere. Because I know men that have done it and that are still doing it. And I know some men who just want to get out. They don't, that neighborhood, that community, they ain't do nothing for me. I just wanted to get out. And when I got out, I said I wasn't going to ever look back. And then when you don't look back and you don't reach back, you get situations like this. So now that 1 million plus of these probably saw this video, what he thinking? I'm gonna hit her with 2. I'm gonna hit her with 3. They gotta top this one and that one gotta top that one. Like, what's up with these little dudes? Who raised these little dudes to think that it'll be okay to hit somebody in the face with somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's cousin, somebody's niece? Who thought it would be okay? Because a lot of times around here, we want to see about him. Point us him, bring him to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of people you might mistakenly run up on the wrong one time. So you might just want to chill out, because this right here is you playing with fire when you're doing this, because right now we are protecting ourselves. We are realizing that we are an endangered species walking in our own fucking neighborhoods. Like, we in our own shit, in our own community. She looked like that there was a store that she probably go to all the time. And now every time she passed by it, every time she see it, every time she hear the name of the store, she is going to be triggered and not be able to stay present within the moment and remember the time that she told the dude no, and he hit her with a brick. So now it seems like, she just another angry black woman. No, we all kind of pissed off right now because we just keep on seeing this happen. Because again, not too long ago, it was a girl up north. She said no too, and he hit her in the head with a bottle, and they caught it on camera. She said no. She didn't say, no, man, F you, or no, you ain't my type, you ain't got the kind of money. She didn't say none of that. She just said, nah. And he got mad. Now, there is a type of bully, but won't really fall through on it, that when you say no, they call you out your name. I ain't like you no way, fat bitch, skinny bitch, black bitch, dark bitch. We all them kind then. But, okay, say she had said yes. Clearly, has a mental problem. So she said yes. She said yes. She gave him the number. She gave him the address. She gave him this. She gave him that. Well, what happens when she tell him no the first time? Boom, there go a brick. So we have seen that when you are dating somebody, you take your representative, and so it ain't the real person until that mask can fall off. So you can only wear that mask. I think they said 3 months at the most is how long you can wear that mask before the real you start peeking through. So let's just say she said yes. Yes, you can have my number. Yes, I'll go out to eat with you. Yes, I'll be your girlfriend. But the first time she say no, he picking up a brick. Because clearly there's some screws loose. Something ain't connecting. He's a little spoiled, little brat, he don't want to be told no. Okay. Now, let's say our little cousin here defended herself, like the mom and her son a couple of months ago. You remember? Now, let's say she made a phone call. Now, I just seen, what's her name? Don't Call Me White Keisha say something that I have said, and it might not even been her, but it was on her page because she shared it or they had a conversation. A lot of these fights and things that are going on a lot of times happen, and there's a female at the center of it where she done said something, popped out. I'm gonna call my brother, I'm gonna call my cousin, I'm gonna call such and such, I'm gonna call my baby daddy. And the baby daddy gets involved, and then it gets ugly, and it ends up all on social media. But we watched it all play out. We always know that she do this, and then she go get him, and then this happened, and it turns ugly. We've all heard those kind of stories. But how many times more you think we're gonna let you get away with hitting our people in the face with a brick, though? How many times? Now, I know it's the situations where it's uncalled for, but he tried to do some harm because he picked up a weapon, you know. Like, he didn't even just push her off, or, you know, he picked up a whip. So he intended to do some real harm, like some harm, because that's a girl and he's a guy, and he could have easily walked away, but he didn't. He took the time to find a brick. I don't know where they at, but they ain't at a brickyard, so the bricks ain't just on the shelves. But bricks, they lay around. So he took the time to look and find a brick, and he used it as a weapon because she said no. Okay. Now, let's just say she was licensed and she decided to defend herself, like the mama and the son did, I think, in Philadelphia. Now, we got them going two ways, because she was wrong and he was wrong. No. Woman hospitalized after being hit with a brick by a man. She refused to give her number. So I don't know what the conversation said. You know, I don't know what it was before. I don't know what it was after. It didn't really say. I don't know what all she said. I don't know what all he said. I don't know what happened before. I don't know what his mood was. I don't know what he was going through. I don't know what kind of medication he needed. I don't know what kind of couch he needed to lay on. I don't know what he needed before this happened, but he needed to think differently, because there could be nothing that a person should be able to say, really. You know, I know some of y'all sensitive. There should be nothing somebody should say that would make you mad enough. Mad. When the kids get mad, we be like, mad. What would make you so mad? You huffed up and you puffed up. Like the big bad wolf, and you found the brick because the stick didn't work. The straw blew the house down. Like, seriously, what could bruise your ego so terribly that'll make you be like, I'm finna knock her out? I was raised to say, and I was raised in the South. I don't know if y'all did that anywhere else, but it would. You can say what you want to say, long as you don't put your hands on. That's all we were told growing up. Look, don't get into no fights, you know what I'm saying? And here we go. She said such and such. It don't matter. She don't put her hands on you. And this is what religious parents love to say. And I quote, they nailed Jesus to the cross. And they put that crown of thorns on his head. They put nails in both his wrists for your sins and my sins. He didn't do nothing. They put him up there and he talked and he never said a mumbling word. He never said anything, but he just died for your sins and mine. Now, don't you go out to that schoolhouse and get in no trouble where they going to be calling me on my job and I got to come down there because you in a fight after I told you don't fight unless she put her hands on you. That's how we were. So it messed us up a little bit because now we push it to the part where we be like, yeah, say what you want. So now that's where the sarcasm, because we be like, say what you want, you better not put your hands on me. And so now that make them want to put you like, and so, and then it ultimately, most of the time does end up into a fight. And that's why y'all got all them little fight videos, because it be people edging it on and you making you fight and hit that man, baddest man. What I'm saying though is right here, there was nothing. I mean, unless she talked about his mama, and most of the time, you know, the only time they get mad is if their mama has passed on. They get mad then. But there's nothing really you can say that's gonna really, a real man, you could tell him, "No, I'm good." And I've seen a real man apologize, but like, "Oh, my bad, I ain't mean nothing by it." I done seen a real man keep trying. I done seen a real man try a different approach. I done seen a real man try again in the DM. Like I done seen it go a whole. This right here, we don't want to see that no more. We telling y'all, no, that's not this. Why? This is not fair. Like, we have so many things that we have to worry about when we leave our front door. Now we got to worry about our words getting us hit in the face with, and all she said was no. Even if she said some more stuff, "No, I don't want to give you my number." Even if she said all of that, most dudes be like, "Well, I ain't want your number anyway. Oh, black, stuck up. Oh, yo." Okay. As long as he'll put his hands on me, you know, I'll be all of those, because at least I know he got a ego problem, but his screws is together where he was like, "Well, I ain't gonna hit her with a brick." So now the question is, how do we turn down advances that we don't want? How do we say, "No, I'm good," and know that we're going to walk away without being hit? How do we turn down gestures? How do we play it safe? How y'all expect us to date when we don't even, I saw one of my Facebook friends post something about double dutch. Is that double dutch? Okay, so I'm probably the last generation that got out in the streets and we played jump rope and stuff like that. But I didn't learn how to double dutch. I didn't, you know, I could do my thing, used to back then, do my thing with a regular jump rope, but I couldn't double dutch. So now I don't try to learn. I feel like I didn't learn it then. So it's when you say, "Hey, can I have your number? Hey, can I talk to you?" And then y'all don't even know how to approach. So the approach is what first gets the no. I'm good. Because half of the time, we got our mind focused on one or two things. And let's say she was going to the hair store or the gas station. It don't matter where she was going. She was minding her own business, and she was well within. She looked grown. She could be out and say no when she wanted to say no. Half of the time, we don't even be paying attention. The mission is not to date or not to date right here. It's I'm minding my business. When I'm ready to date, you'll know, because I'll be out there looking. She probably didn't even look up. We are so attached to these things like this. She probably was not even paying attention to anything, and she just was like, "Nah, I'm good," and didn't even look up, because a lot of times we don't. I cannot tell you the number of times I've been in the store minding my own business, on my own dime, on my own time, with my own money, minding my own business, and the man tell me, "Why you looking so mean? Why don't you smile? Why don't you mind your business?" You ever thought about that? And I thought I was the only one that got it because I don't walk around smiling. It would look fake. It would look forced. It take too much energy. I'm not gonna do it. So wherever I'm thinking, it shows. If I'm happy, I'm thinking of something happy, it'll show. If I'm not, whatever. Most of the time when I'm in the store, even before AirPods, and you had the corded one. I like the corded ones myself now. I'm listening. I'm talking. I'm doing something that don't involve me walking around smiling. But yet and still, I'm minding my business. So, when we had COVID and we had to wear the mask, you didn't know if we were smiling or not. So we didn't mind wearing it because it got us a little peace when we was minding our own business. So I did my research. I'm like, why do men say that? Like, of course we know it's a way of flirting, but it's dumb. It's a turnoff. It's really, it don't do no regular thing. Like, why does he worry about what I'm doing anyway? Why does it matter what I'm doing? Like, that's the first thing that, can you mind your business? You want to pay for these groceries? The groceries $700, and you over here asking me why I'm not smiling? Because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to stretch this little bit of money to pay for all these groceries, and then to pay for gas to run back and forth to the grocery store when they run out of groceries, and then I got to work and I got to struggle, and then I already hit that glass ceiling because that everybody make more money than me. So that's why I'm not smiling, because I'm trying to do some calculation in here to see if I can squeeze in some self-time, some me time. Time to get my hair fixed, time to get my nails fixed, time to take the kids up here, time to do this, a time to date, time to support that friend, time to give me some self-care in over here, time to drink my water, time to mind my business, grow my edges, get my wig done. Like, I got 150,000 things going on in my mind that don't require smiling in your face, because you ain't contributing to none of the shit that I got going on in here that I got to figure out. And you just going on about your business. So why you worried about whether I'm smiling or not? Mind your business, sirs. That's that. I just answered the question for every man that ever want to. If you want to flirt, don't flirt with that one, because we hate them. And you just going to get, what? Why did you ask me that? I'm not smiling because bread $7 now. Milk $18. I'm not smiling because there's no milkman that I can get that's going to pay for this milk. And then they're going to leave it in the refrigerator until 2 days after it expired. And then they're going to ask, this milk expired? It wasn't when I bought it. And you just left it in there. And so that's $18 wasted. So I'm calculating in my mind at this here grocery store, because I had a list, but I forgot and left it at work. So I'm still trying to figure out what was on that list. What did I need from the store? And, eggs on went up there. Milk this much. What else did that little girl say she needed for her lunch? And what did that little boy say the sports team needed? And I'm supposed to do it. What did the PTA mean? So we got all these things that we're trying to calculate and remember. Plus, we also got to remember things that the man at home forgot, or the man didn't want to do it. It was your responsibility. So that's why we not smiling. I mean, if you want us to be honest, because we don't want to smile. But now, do we not have to worry? We now have to worry about when he says smile, what you looking so angry for? And then the next question, can I have your number? And we got to be like, we triggered because we stuck. We don't know whether to say yes or no. And then we got to think about, okay, now, if he get a break, if he stop and get a break, how much time do I have to react? So now, can we not smile? We can't say no. We can't say yes. What can we do? Let me see. Because the list is getting shorter and shorter on the things that we can do. So let me see. I'm trying to think of one thing that we can do as a Black woman that won't cause us depression. anxiety, triggering, high blood pressure, stroke, heart disease, stress. What can we do? Because even minding our business ain't working. It's not working. And then when we be in the house, and then y'all go, all the good women, they where all the good women at? Ain't nothing out here that will be in the house. Minding our own business, because at least in here, we don't got to worry about getting hit with a brick. Unless you said yes, and then you said no once the relationship got going, and then that's when he decided to flip out in about 92 days after the first yes. I can't think of. Honestly, I can't think of what is it safe to do, because it's a long running list of things you can't do while being black. It's a long, and get longer and 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 longer. And then if you a black woman, well, shit, you just can triple that list. What do we say? How do we say no? Can we say no? Do we still have the choice to say no? Can we say no? Can we turn down the event? Because I've always been respectful. Like, no, sir, I'm good. You know, I'm a pass. Do it with a smile, so you know it's all good. But then too, that's being generous, because I don't really owe you anything. You know, I'm in my world, minding my business. Y'all always want to talk about gold diggers and stuff, but if you ain't, time is the most expensive thing that we have. I don't got nothing to waste. And so if I just be like, nah, keep on moving, or be like, and keep on moving. Because have you ever been in a mall and you thinking, I'm gonna go to the mall today. It's Labor Day. You know, I'm running the mall real quick. Ain't nobody in the mall. You pull up at the mall crowded. It take you 10 minutes to find a good parking spot. Then you got to get out, you walk in, and then you bumping into people, you dodging people, and you only in the mall to get one thing. You know where to go. So you park on that side and you just going straight for that store. And before you can get to that store, they want you to try some perfume. They want to fix your eyebrows. They want to clean your shoes. They want you to hear their CD. There's like you got to bob and weave through the crowd to get where you going cause you got this. I don't got but 20 minutes. I'm gonna run in here and run out. I don't got time for nothing else. And then here they want you to come here, let me holler at you for a minute and listen to my CD, tell me what you think, give me some money. Then they want to spray you with the perfume. I don't wear that. I don't wear that. Smell this, and then you like, I got allergies. Like you trying to come. Like this is how it is for us, and we just trying to get to our happily ever after. That's the one thing out that store. I ain't got but 20 minutes. I need that one thing at the store. At the parking, that was trash. It took me a long time to find a good parking space. Then I had to get out and walk. And then I had to dodge this one and dodge that one. And, you know, keep going. And when I finally get to where I need to be, I'm triggered. I got anxiety, depression, PTSD. I got all of these things from just trying to get to this one store. And all I was doing was minding my business. So now I got to worry about when I'm trying to get to that one store, I got to mind my mouth, because if I say the wrong thing, if I look the wrong way, or if I bruise somebody's ego the wrong way, it's going to be ugly. So, what do we learn here? I'm glad you asked. There has got to be some men, a generation, that's willing to stand up, reach back, and grab these little boys by them little sagging pants, them little sagging tight skinny jeans, tell them to pull them up, turn the hat around, show some respect, learn how to tie, open the door, pump the gas, pay the bills, be a stand-up man. It's got to be a generation that's willing to reach back, because you guys are having daughters that have to date and procreate with that generation. And what you think that's going to be times 3? Because they say you get it 3. You get it back 3 times. What you was, you get it back 3 times. What do we learn? Go back, volunteer in your community, in your neighborhood, at your old high school, at your grandmama house, in your family. Grab some of them little boys up who daddy ain't in their lives, who mama gone, ain't paying attention. Start in-house with your own children first. And then grab some more of these little kids, because we are raising a generation of men, boys, or the male species that's trash. And there's some girls that's trash too. But we want to talk about them right now. I'll get to them, because there's some women that I want to have a conversation, because we need to reach back and get some of these little girls by these lace fronts that got all these spinning heads. Because guess what? We was the ones with the scrunches with the so what? But we also had grandmama and them that would get you right together and let you know what it's supposed to be and get you in line. We don't got no more. Them aunties is really where we city girls, or we Trinas trying to be city girls, in between. But we still out here volunteering and trying to shape what we leaving behind. And so we need for the men to get in line and get some of them too. Because if y'all get some of them and we get some of them, then we can get some of them together. Bible, like, if you fishing for me, well then damn it, you fishing for me. I ain't got to do nothing but just sit pretty. But if you teach me how to fish, then I can eat too. We can eat together. You fishing, I'm fishing. Then we teaching the kids how to fish, and the niece and nephew. So everybody eating. But it's the generation that don't know how to fish. So they taking, they borrowing, they begging, stealing, everything else, scamming, instead of learning or being taught. And I know they got an attitude. They don't want to listen. They don't want to learn. I can guarantee you, for every 2 or 3 that you think don't want to listen, it's 5 or 6 that's listening, that's wanting it, that heard you and take that. I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations at schools with kids in middle school. And I'm just carrying over. You play ball, this, that. And then they see me out and they remember the conversation. I don't remember them, but evidently what the little attention that I gave them, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 minutes that I gave them, was memorable enough for them to recognize me when I'm out and about. And I love it. Because for every one of them that don't want to hear you, it's a couple of them that do want to hear you, that need you, that's like, man, I wish that was my aunt. Man, I wish that was my uncle. That's what you got. Around here, they just decided to open the rec centers. Keep them open later. That's good. I hope it keeps some of them kids off the street, and they'll have some good role models in those community centers that's able to sow good seeds into that. Because really, not only is you doing it for the kids, you're doing it for yourself, because they come back. That karma spin the block. Just like this karma, that's going to spin the block. Oh, you got away with it? You think God saw it, or whoever it is y'all believe in, because I know y'all love y'all. Some people don't like for you to say that. Some people be like, well, I thought you said. Whoever you believe in. Karma, she don't miss. She don't miss, she don't forget, she don't renege, she don't leave out. She don't discriminate. She don't play. Karma always, oh, that's you? Bring it on in here. Bring it on in here. And then karma ain't even taking as long to come back. It's coming right back, but it's coming back in ways you'll never believe that it come back close to you. Because they say, when he can't get you, he get those close to you. And I'm a living witness that those close to you can be, and you be like, what? Oh. Karma sure lives a real thing. She real. And I would say karma probably a male. Petty. Don't forget nothing. Gonna bring it up when you forgot all about it. You didn't even remember saying that. Oh, you don't remember. On October 17, 1986, me? Karma keep receipts and records, and he be like, come, I'm gonna spin the block on you real fast. What you did yesterday, I got you. Oh, you threw a brick? Got something for you. You can run. You can even hide. Karma can see in the dark. Because he don't play that. He gonna eat. Petty. Vengeful. Yep. So, again, what did we learn? Go back and do some good in your neighborhood. Gather up a whole group of kids, boys and girls, and tell them this ain't the way. That is not what you do. You don't see your heroes doing this type of stuff. You think LeBron and Steph and Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, you think that? No. Cause why? Men don't do that. Okay. For everyone that won't give you a number, it's about 6 or 7 that'll give you a fake number. Where's the lie? Like, we are on the healing path. We know what we want, what we don't want. We can look at you and tell if you, nope, I ain't gonna even waste my block button on, because there's too much energy to have to block you. When I said no, then that means no. It's too much to have to block you later. I'm just gonna say no now, and then we just gonna keep it pushing. Won't that work? So stop raising these things. Stop letting these little things just get by with just anything, because we are not going to continue to be victims. We're not going to continue to be helpless and soft and dangerous. We done already told y'all, because of life anyway, we've been in our masculine. We can't go into our soft life. We ain't all got the luxury to be able to be in our soft life. So we're in our masculine, we're in our male. And we're not going to keep being victims. We're not going to keep being headlines. We're not going to keep being memories and stories and breaking news and things like. No, and no. Remember, I was raised, they can say whatever they want as long as they don't put their hands on you. That go for anybody. You know, we at that point, there's no discrimination. Whoever put their hands on me finna get it. And that's just that on that. But we was also raised where men, real men, don't hit women. Don't hit girls. I know what you're saying. Some of them deserve it. Each situation needs to be addressed on a case-by-case situation. That's all I can say about that. It's got to be on a case-by-case situation. You can't just say, don't hit women, and you can't say some women need to be. Everything is on a case-by-case situation. But if you start out, he could say what they want. Don't put his hands on you. If everybody, you got to follow that. Then a lot of this other stuff can be avoided, because She could say what she want. You could say what you want. Ain't nobody put hands on. And then when she do get mad and say something or don't say something or refuse, then you and you're masculine enough to walk away or to be like, oh, I'm gonna let her have that. Or she cool, whatever. I know everything is not always black and white. I understand that. I get it more than anybody will ever understand. But I also know what it's like to be somebody to say no. And shit, I'm going to say no again. But I want to know that when I say no, that you are in your manhood just secure enough where you can be like, well, damn. I guess she said no. I want the one. And then go on about your merry way. Because that's what I'm finna do. Because I got a million things to do. Don't worry about saying no to you. Because by the time I hit the door to the store, I done forgot all about you. And 9 times out of 10, I was like this. Now I'm like, nah, I'm good. And so I didn't even look up to see who you was. But I knew you wasn't mine, or you wasn't for me, or it wasn't. No, and no. I'm minding my business. So I don't even know if you could say no. Just tread lightly, all I can say, because I don't know. That ain't your right to bear arms, I guess. But then everybody be bearing arms, and then there ain't gonna be nobody left. I don't know. Like I don't know what the solution to this is. Except for play it safe. That's not the advice that I'm giving my daughters, though. Like, still say no, but then be ready. Because that's what I'm going to do. What? No. I'm good. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I done said it all kind of ways, and it still don't be registered, and it don't work out. I don't know, but y'all better figure it out. All I can tell you, because this is not okay. And it's not the first time we heard it. And I'm so sad to report. It ain't gonna be the last. It won't be the last time that we'll see this. But maybe between this one and the next one, because they're gonna happen and we ain't gonna hear about it. Because it's happening in every neighborhood, in every hood, in every ghetto, in every city, in every state, in every country, in every county. This is happening. But not everybody doing all this been happening. But now with social media and cameras and stuff, you're able to capture the things within the moments, and from the hospital bed, and from the scenes of the crime. So maybe between now and the next incident like this, some men have grabbed some of these and they've got them together, and they, put them in their place and put them in check, or taught them some respect or some manners or some dignity. Because now, who your homeboy? Like, y'all still hanging with dude? Like, dude so soft that he would hit a female. What you think he gonna do to you? Y'all still hanging with dude? Y'all still friends with him? That's still your boy? What that say about you? That's your boy. You ain't even check your mans. You just lay him out there just wilding, and you just, did you know how he? No, and no. Nope, and no. Check your homeboy. Handle that situation, and then make an example where we don't ever do this. I remember a time, because I don't remember it happening in my lifetime, but I remember a time when they used to say women and children were off limits. Yes, that went out the window with whenever they first said it, because I have never even seen that in my lifetime where women and children were really off limits. I've seen them affected the whole time. And so I won't quote that one, because I have never seen it. I heard it where they said it existed, but I haven't witnessed it. And this right here make y'all look like a bunch of suckers, because y'all hang with them. You mean that's what y'all do? They say birds of a feather flock together. Oh, y'all. I mean, I guess, I guess. But me and my homegirls, remember we grew up in a different time where it was, you know, one for all for one. Like, that's what you doing? Oh, we finna jump. Dude, that's what you doing? Dude. Man, what? Okay. Don't play with us. But that's what I'm saying. Don't let us, don't take us there. We try so hard to live right. Don't take us there. So check these young boys when they little. Teach them some respect, even if they ain't yours. You see some out, hold the door open for their mom. Be like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do for a woman. When, like, give back. Do something good. Like, show us that good people still exist. Show us that there are some nice men in the world. There are some gentlemen. There are some men who can take a no, a rejection, a refusal. I'm straight. Show us, because right now we do not believe in your species at all. Like, see the girls up again. It's gonna be another hot summer next year. That's the way it's looking. Like, it's gonna be another hot summer next year. I guess that means my mother's saying it's time for me to get off. So I'm going to try to have something. I had a whole different topic planned for tonight, but this one just wouldn't sit in my spirit. It wouldn't let me just go without addressing this whole situation. And I was on way longer than I meant to be.